One of the things that I've battled most of my life, one of these labels, is being less than. I constantly compare myself. And I see people who are amazing at something, and I compare myself and I go, I'm not that. I'm so less than them. Another thing that I've battled with, and I think most of us has battled with, are the names that people have called us. Those names, whether it was in third grade or sixth grade or in college, whatever it was, or maybe it was last week that someone said something about you that hurt. And that has stuck on you like a label, and now you're believing that that's who you are. Those names can stick to us. Another thing that the devil loves to use to label us, to define who we are, is he likes to use our past. He likes to say, you know what, you are a liar. That's what you've done, that's what you do, you are a liar. Or he'll like to throw past sins at us and say, man, you had an abortion. How could you? Or any other number of things that we've done that he can throw at us, and he uses our past to label us and define us. Sometimes it's the lies that we live ourselves. We think that we're something when we're really not. One of those things that we often think is that we are in control, that we can do this, that we can handle it. And because of that, we think that it's our responsibility, and then it starts weighing down on us, and we start carrying these burdens of responsibility that we were never meant to carry because we believe that we're in control when we're really not. Another thing that we often live out as a lie is that we're always right. Now, it would be nice to be always right, wouldn't it? It would be amazing, but we are not. And the sooner that we can realize that that's not who we are, the sooner we lay down that burden of trying to always be right in front of other people and in our own head. Another thing that often defines us, for good and for bad, is our age. And we look at ourselves and we say, well, I can't do that because of I'm too young or I'm too old, or we think that I'm the perfect age for this. And we're not realizing that our age is a very small factor about who we are. We are eternal souls who God can use at any moment for anything. And see, all these labels can start covering up who we truly are. And when we don't know who we are and when we don't know who we aren't, we end up not pointing to Jesus like we're meant to. So friends, I wonder if you need to pull off some of these labels, if you need to pull off and just say, you know what, I am not less than, I'm not any more than, I am only what God made me, and I am content with that. Maybe you need to look at this and say, I'm not those names that people have called me. I'm pulling those labels off. I'm not gonna live into that or out of that anymore because I am more than those names. I am what God made me. Maybe you need to look at your past and say, yes, I did that, but I've been forgiven of that, and I'm not gonna carry that anymore. I'm not gonna be defined by my past. Maybe you need to just say, I'm not in control. I can forget that lie and trust that Jesus is in control. Maybe you see this and go, you know what, I'm not always right, and I'm so comfortable being wrong sometimes. Or you just look at your age and say, you know what? God used young and old in the Bible, which means he is not done with me yet. I'm not too young, I'm not too old to fulfill the purposes of God and the plan of God in my life. I wonder if there's a label that you need to pull off because you're recognizing God is speaking to you right now and saying that is not who you are. You are not that person. When you know who you aren't, you can start pointing to Jesus.